This is Matt from Dice Roundtable. You're watching a top 5 video if you didn't see the title screen. Please like the video if you find it helpful. Comment below your thoughts. Did I leave something off the list you think I should have? This is for 2023. And this is top 5 historicals for me. Now, what went onto this list is relative cost to enjoyment to get into it if you are new. Also, what went into this list is uniqueness for me. How unique is the game? That goes into it as well. And mechanics. How great are the mechanics? One of them is a cheat, and you'll see what the cheat is when I get there. Number 5. Saga is a system that one that did not make my list was SPQR from Warlord Games. Saga kicks it to the side for me. Saga has a really cool dice mechanic for each faction, which allows you to have unique abilities. I feel the warband building is more balanced, and you have flavor where there is a magic version, there is a Roman times, ancient dark ages, there is Teutonics / Crusade, and I think there's another one I'm missing. But Saga, small scale skirmish, really cool dice mechanic. You can go get a warband kit from them, go buy some Warlord plastics for SPQR or Hail Caesar army, and you can easily probably put together a warband without problems, and you're ready to go. Go get the book of the time period you need, the core rule book, the dice, and you're good. So Saga is number 5. Warlord Games Black Powder. Ding. This is epic and regular. I currently have a huge enjoyment of epic scale. I enjoy the big scale on a small table. So I definitely would recommend epic, but Black Powder in general. The command and control scheme is very nice. Very fluid, where you're being general about what your movements are, because you don't know how far they're going to move. I know I want them to do this, but they might not do that. And you're rolling and you're playing plenty of times like, man, that general sucks, and it doesn't get his guys going. But the combat's great. You don't have to worry about moving all these figures. Just how many wounds do they take? Do they hit the threshold? Are they falling back? Very straightforward, relaxed gameplay. And you can get a big starter, small starter, epic, or regular size 28mm version. So Warlord Games Black Powder. Next on the list, Blood and Plunder. I had to put this on the list because there is not many pirate themed games. And Blood and Plunder, when you come across someone who's got some stuff and you see a massive ship, you see an island, and they're jumping off the ship and attacking the island, or 2 ships attacking each other, that's just very cool. This is by Firelock's Game. Ding! So, pirates, ships, boarding actions, invasions, and the card initiative is really interesting in that. So, for me, Blood and Plunder, and they just got done their Kickstarter, or they're in the process of their Kickstarter delivery, depending on when you see this. And plastic. It's now in plastic. So, Blood and Plunder is my number 3. Now, here is my cheat. For number 2, it's a company out of the UK. It's going to be 2 Fat Lardies, and here's some of their games. All of them have some very random elements, cards, or dice mechanics. Chain of Command is dice. The rest of them really have a card mechanic. But it's a cheat for me because I believe they probably have the best narrative element into their games, with that random bit of you could just change a turn, end a turn, get an extra turn, things just don't go right, or that pivotal counterpoint at the right time during a game, like Chain of Command dice. Two Fat Lardies, I believe they just rock solid on their game development. And historicals, they cover a large time period. They got Romans, World War II, Napoleonics, American War of Independence, which you can also use with American Civil War. So a lot of them. And just the rule book. $30-$40 down. If you want to get some of the tokens, under $100, here's what you need for the rules. Now you gotta go find the miniatures you like, but it's agnostic. They don't support miniatures. They just make the rules, which is great. Now, for my number one, I am biased, but for me, Bold Action. If you know my channel, it's Bold Action. I think no game mechanic with the dice out of a bag, short of the Two Fat Lardies. It's Two Fat Lardies has so many time periods, but Bold Action, it is just World War II is one of my things, and that morale mechanic, pins, dice out of the bag, the randomness. You can create narrative stories. You can make a balanced match, and pick a nation's rules you like. But basically, you can build any type of army you like with any nation. MSU, multiple small units. Big, veteran, expensive units. Big tanks, little tanks. Artillery, no artillery. This, that, this. There's a lot of flexibility in the rules building, list building, fun tournaments, great environment. The community is awesome, and Bold Action is my number one. So, you might not agree with me on all those, and you know what? It's okay, because it's my top 5. What's your top 5? I hope if you have an interest in historicals, look at one of these 5 game systems or these companies that make these games, because they are solid. People that develop these games, support these games, and they are fun. Find the right people. If these games aren't fun, find someone else to play with. That would be my encouragement. So thanks for watching. Take care.